Hello, good afternoon. It's Woody back for another little message. I know I only did one about 2 days ago, but something happened yesterday that I want to share. Okay, so it's a situation that happened, and perhaps it will help other people in some way. Okay, so I'm driving home yesterday. I've just done 8 hours of training, training my students to drive the ambulance. It's day 3 out of the month, so they're really new, they're really nervous, and it was quite hard work. I was tired, and my journey home's about 20 miles, and normally about half an hour to 40 minutes. So I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden the dreaded thing happens where all the traffic comes to a stop in front on the motorway. And I think, oh no, not again, please don't. No, I'm really tired, not feeling this. And I sat in the slip road, and of course, all the entitled traffic that wants to get to the front of the queue, I just watched them pass and jump in at the end while I queued. But that's not the point of it. The point is that I sat for, well, I got home at 9:30, and that means my journey was about 5.5 hours. There was a serious crash that involved a van driver and a lorry. I saw the pictures and it didn't look nice, and the driver had to be airlifted off the road by helicopter. There was madness going on around. People were losing their rag, getting angry at the world because they're late. As the time went by, I started to get worse and worse, because I'm sitting in my chair, and I'm sitting on the part where I have a new tumor, which is it's like in the bottom of the spine. I call it the tailbone. You sit on that, and it's starting to heat up. And as the time was going by, I was getting very uncomfortable and trying to find a different position. I couldn't really get the traffic was inching along, and then sometimes it would stop for half an hour, and occasionally I got out and had a little stretch, but it was just really uncomfortable. And of course, the other thing was, I normally take my medication, pain meds, my morphine, my pregabalin, my paracetamol, the cocktail of painkillers that I have around about 6 o'clock. So not getting home till best part of I don't know, 9 o'clock. I was overdue, and it was starting to really hurt. And I think it was about the 4-hour mark where I was feeling, I think, very sorry for myself. When all of a sudden it was like a bolt of lightning that hit me, where you think you're never going to get out of the situation. You think you're going to be there forever, but you don't think, this will be over soon and I'll be home and it'll be all over and I'll be comfortable again. But the brain doesn't work that way. It just seems you don't see the end of it. And it was a long wait, I've got to say, probably one of the worst I've had. And this thought come through my mind. You know what, Woody? Despite all this and all the people around you losing their minds, you're alive. You're in pain, but you're alive. The alternative is far worse. I'm thinking, I would take this any day over, being buried in 6 foot under in a coffin or being cremated. I'd swap that any day for this moment in time. And the actual fact that I'm breathing and I'm on the planet, and I'm happy to be here despite the situation that's happening right now. It was a strange situation. I suddenly felt a wave of, I can only explain it as joy. What it just literally washed over me, while all around was losing. People you could see were stressed and angry, and what can you do about it? You can't do anything about it. Some poor soul is in a lot worse state because they're being airlifted off. And then I sort of thought to myself, hang on, what can be worse? What can really be worse for me than stage 4 cancer? A cancer that started to return. I'll give anything for these moments where I'm on the earth. I'm stuck in traffic. I'm not feeling great, but I'm alive, which means that I know that once this is over, I'm going to feel okay. At least a little bit longer. And this kind of joy washed through me. And I could have got up and danced in the traffic, and screamed to the world, I'm alive, I'm alive. It doesn't matter. This stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all in the moment. It'll be over, Strange thought, huh? Cancer throws up perspectives about life that you never really think of before. You never really think of being in a difficult situation is actually fine because you're there. And it's actually a depth of gratitude that I'm here experiencing a crap situation. And it's really strange. It almost feels in some ways that particularly stage 4 cancer almost makes you bulletproof against the rest of the world, because there's nothing more, no more harm can come to you. You feel like you've got a cloak of armour on because you've got stage 4 cancer. Nothing else. Everything else bounces off it. And I thought, what a great way to experience life for the rest of life, whatever life I've got left, is I can't let this sort of stuff get me down. I can't let, as they say, don't sweat the small stuff. But I can't let anything get in the way of the fact that, listen, I'm alive, the birds are singing, I'm breathing, I'm a bit uncomfortable, I'm a little bit in pain. And sure enough, 2 hours later, let's say, I'm at home, I've had some tea, I've taken my meds, and I'm sitting there on my bed, just about to go to sleep, and feeling actually quite good. It's all over. The next day, today, I've had a good day, had a good night's sleep, and it's just a little bit of a memory that's just happened. Although it was horrible at the time, it seemed to me that as soon as I changed my perspective of what was happening in that situation, that lightning bolt that come from nowhere, that just switched it around to a thing of like this gratitude, this thing of positivity, where suddenly from a bad situation, I could think of it in another way. It's almost like the pain melted away. I forgot about the pain in my back. And then sure enough, the road opened, and then we started to move off, and I drove home. But I drove home with a smile on my face. I put some music on. I sang at the top of my voice. I sang to the world, I'm alive. I don't care about all this stuff. I'm alive. And I intend to stay alive a good deal longer. The world's a beautiful place, We haven't got time to have regrets about stuff. No matter what it is, you have to make the best of a situation. If it's a bad situation, you try and change the thought process that you're having at the time to make it a better situation. And that certainly worked for me last night. I've had a good day today, and I wanted to share it. That's all I wanted to do. And I don't know how you feel about this, but perhaps with any comments that maybe you've had similar lightning bolts like this, where you've just realized that actually you can't do nothing can do any harm to me than stage 4 cancer. Nothing else can hurt me. Let me know. Okay, guys, thanks for listening again. As usual, I'll be back with another one when I've got something else to say. Okay, take care. Please stay safe. Be confident that whatever you're doing, You're making the best of it, and that's all you can ask for, isn't it? Until next time, bye-bye.